Fixing my little shit here. Let me get it tested. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all my people around the world. This is Stop By Local, Regional, and International Home and Abroad. I know it's funny how I do live. First to begin, I want to say, blessings to all. And some people don't like to say blessings, so I say good day to all. You know, some people don't like that. Probably they say top of the morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and just to say, hope everybody in good spirit, meaning in good mind frame, good health, and if you are not, at least you trying. If you're trying, and if you're not trying, hopefully you still have the will to try, and you can get there. Um, Man, I didn't want to do no live, but I had to do live because sometimes, boy, the only problem with me doing live is that I doesn't pre-do live, like set up a time, let people know, okay, I'm gonna be on a certain time. I don't do that, so that's my problem. But sooner or later, probably have to do something like that, so I will have the audience to listen. Most of my life, it start off at zero, which all do. But if you pre it, then when as you say zero, you won't get at least one. But I take a while before I even get one viewer, paying attention. But at the end of the day, still I'm gonna do what to do. Especially like in this moment, I'm not getting paid from YouTube. So um it doesn't bother me too much, even though the little incentive will be, you know, well appreciative. But since you have all that out the door, here what we gonna say today. Why so much killing? Why so much killing amongst the little youths and them? It stems from somewhere, right? And some youths, no matter what you do, no matter what you try, they're gonna be who they are. They're not gonna change. Just remember that. Some will never change. They are already made up like that, and their mind is stuck way, way down. So, by me saying that, I could say this. In the place where we call this so-called society where we live, right, we have a lot of youths who look up to a lot of people, and then we have some youths who know the difference between right and wrong. So what they do, they, I think a breaking news just coming in, police kill somebody, I don't know. But I know a police got shot in Philadelphia a while ago. There's so much news I could bring you all of, but I just find myself, in a trap where I just feel like sometimes I'm forcing you all to come watch my channel, which I shouldn't be, because I just give you all the best I can, and sometimes if it's not good, I would like you all to tell me, you know. So as we are saying to the youths, right? The reason why the youths and them do all these killings, and some people don't understand, if you was a murderer and you kill one person and you get frigid, because you go get frigid in the first sector of doing that, But if you have accompanied by other friends who also done it and tell a man, don't get, Brethren, don't worry yourself, Brethren, You'll get over that. I just sleep and you wake up tomorrow, you go realize, boy, you just do yourself a favor. A man was bothering you. Why me go let that man come and kill you first? Is you have to kill him first. And that beating of the youth head. So him start think, well, maybe yeah, maybe he right. Maybe he telling me the right thing. I should just, you know what I mean, just go and sleep and wake. And then a couple of days after, especially if he don't get capped for that murder. And but in return, because trust me, in the bad world, it have the good and the bad. That's why people don't see. Some people see it, some people know. It have the good and the bad. Where the bad person get good ratings amongst him friends, you know. And I should have thanked my first viewer who come to this time. I see the person, but I didn't want to stop talking. But anyway, I'm gonna keep talking. But thank you for viewing. Thank you for viewing. See, blessings again. Thank you for staying on. Now I'm talking about why the youths and them get into this type of situation, right? And the solution to it, right? And that is why I splice it with killing vanity, you know, where I come up with the word killing vanity, and the bad food. Bad food always been there, but nobody never thought about killing vanity. So here what happened now. So the youth now will have that vibes where he feel like, man, I really getting over this thing. It becoming a norm. And just to make him feel comfortable, they will take him on another shot and say, listen to me, for you to get over this one, you know what you have to do. I have to go on another shot. You think? And then draw him out. So you go on another shot now, you're feeling comfortable because the first one would make him get jittery. Now the second one now is to make him feel like, boy, this thing come normal. So you will watch some youths who out there doing killing and feel like they can be trained or they can be um willing or willing to accept they're doing wrong and try and do right. Some of them are not gonna change. They're not gonna change because they are seasoned. Plus, them have the people who look up to them when they do these things. This is the greater part for them. They get the hype. They get people respecting them. They get girls liking them because no matter how you look at it, girls might say this and say that most females in their little young age, coming up to all the way 30 and 35, you know what I mean, all the way up to 40, even in the 50s sometimes, they love the little badness. They like to know they have a man who a lot of people respect, especially if they was the one who going after the man, because remember, badness have it bad days, but it have it good days for bad people. So that's why some of them not go change. But then again, here with the vanity coming out, and thanks to my viewer here who listening, you get the premiere of this. The vanity coming because every youth who in this industry dealing with social media, whatever part of social media. Now when I say every youth, some people might say, well, why are you saying every? I'm not that person. We know the statistics we're just dealing with. The majority, not the minority. The majority, they fall to vanity, right? Now, this might be controversial, but I don't care. I say what I have to say, and it's the truth. The boy Cartel did a song the other day, and him said him love money, and him say some people say the money is the root of all evil, which it was said that for the love of money is the root of all evil, right? Now, when you're teaching your friends and them to love money, knowing that when you love money, you do all sorts of things. I only hope the person who was watching was not Vibes Cartel fan, because I say Vibes Cartel they're gone. But anyway, um, remember you have people listening to and some of them artists is going like they don't know that, like they never know that, because if you don't know that, then you don't know your album sale or how your money running. because your money could only run if people listening to you. So if you see your money going up, you know people listening to you. So don't bother with the fuckery, right? So when you put out something out there, you majority of the time know what you're putting out there and what you want. The corresponds what you want. So again, the vanity now come into play where every artist or celebrity out there want to prove that they can wear the most luxurious or have the most luxurious, you know what I mean, things, right? And it's sad because their followers could only dream of the luxurious things. Some of them, not all, because some of them eventually made it. But just the fact, right, that they're keeping you at bay, meaning that you could only say, boy, I wish I was in that house, which I don't see them things because I don't give a fuck about them things, right? But you would love to be in the house. You would love to do the things that they're doing right now, but you don't know how they get there. Honestly, you don't. You don't know how they get there. So here was your thing now. You don't mind doing anything to get there. That is the form of love for the money. I think I went off a track slightly, but I'm here, right? It have a thing nowadays in this little social media world on the vloggers part. Somebody buy a BMW, they post it up. Tom buy a BMW. Like, that's a big deal. When I mean, if that's a big deal. In their social world, the BMW is a big deal. Like, he up. See? And he just ride out. But anyway, make the next person feel like, damn, I need to get me my Benz too. Or my BMW. At any cost. So you find out to even be where some of them is, you will climb the highest mountain. Sometimes them didn't do that. So you're going all out. So vanity have a part to play with these youths and them mind. Then it collaborates with the killing. Here with the killing coming and splash with the vanity. Because if you kill vanity, trust me, the people will have some sense of humanity. You know what? I need to put that out there. Anybody, now remember, this is my life. So if I see it anyway all day on any t-shirt, trust me, but you have to come and talk to me about it, okay? I shouldn't say it again. I'm going to keep that one in my head. I don't say it, I don't hear it already. But anyway, so the youths realize, like, you ain't nobody on this face of the earth to some people, to some, not all, unless you rock in certain things. Now remember, there's other nice things, there's a lot of nice things, but there's certain things that catch the people eye or make you feel like you're somebody. Like I used to always say, and I have a word, there's another word. I ain't gonna put it out there neither, I'll keep that one. This one gonna go on my shirts and them coming next year. Jah will and bless and everything, and all you go see it. But I will explain you what I mean. The man have a nice brand new Benz, latest Benz. But he have no clothes, no gas money. But he sit down in a Benz. And the girls passing. And instead he could even holler at them, they're looking at him like, can I come sit in your Benz? But remember, he don't have no money, He have a Benz. He have no clothes. He have no gas money. He can't even buy baby or his mother or nothing. but he take all the money and buy a Benz. So you getting the hype from the ones in them who look at that, and they now feel like he's some top notch, not knowing he's suffering. He put all his trust into that Benz, and he did anything he could do to get that Benz. I said that because there's a word for it, and I wouldn't give it now. Just to let you all know, when you hear me talk about that word, this is what I was talking about. But I want to keep on track with the vanity linking with the killing. Now remember, when you have vanity on your mind, I have a song. Those who trust in vanity have no love for humanity and fail away, fail away. Those who believe in diamonds and pearl and think they're on top of the world, they shall fail away. You hear what I say? I could sing the rest of this song, but I'll leave it right in. Now, you don't have no love for your own brother, man. Why you don't have no love for your own brother, man? Because you're seeing something you want and then you're going at it at any cost because you don't have no likeness for it. Sometimes you don't even have no needness for it. It just wants. And you're going at all costs. So you betray love. You betray your brother, man, to go to that extent to collect that prize. Because you tell yourself when you collect that prize, right, you have a lot of round of applause to get from the audience. Because trust me, it have audience for that. Collect the prize. Remember he pull out in a brand new, portion, you know, or whatever. So you have the people now looking at him as somebody. Because the idea that you feel that if you don't have nothing, that these people worship you and nobody. So it's often called a god. Vanity is a god. And a lot of people are following vanity. Now, the twist side to it is that some people go say, well, look, you wearing this and you wearing that and you have this and you have that. This is where the love coming. If you love it, meaning that you go to the extent, right? And let me show you how some of them blind. And I'm talking about some artists, and I ain't gonna drag all over the world with it. I'm gonna just keep it just what it is, right? Because them other artists in America, them do what they want, them don't care. Them do everything. They call Batty, do everything. The artists and them who claim say they ain't no maggots, they ain't no fish. Them wear Versace. Them wear Versace. And Versace, lover, kill him in Miami. Yeah, that man was a lover. Beanie Man had a song long time ago. Versace, a burger man. Something like that. Remember that? But the same people and them who sing them song, they wearing them things. So you're caught up in the vanity now, you're blind to everything, meaning that now you will accept everything that they are throwing to you because vanity have its world, people. I'm trying to get to a point here. I might be moving a little slow because some people wouldn't understand. But they will get it. And some people will overstand because they already get it. Now, the world, in that world of vanity, is what I do once the people don't know. I will have the people looking up to me. Like, for instance, Michael Jackson, when he do all that them face and all them stuff, right? He already had the people in back. Them ain't going nowhere. They see him as a god. They cry before him, they fall on the faint. And these artists, these days, are false gods. They are gods. They are real gods. Human gods. And your children is following them. So when your children hear a bag of foolishness when they talk about, oh, money is due to all evil, and he say he love money, and he have a bunch of followers who are following him all over the world, and I talk fuckery, them they for damnation. Then anything he say after that, they go with it. And he have a song say, them bad till him come around, something like that. And before I go further, you see me, I take him blame. Because I say it many times. Me love to hear lyrics. So sometimes me hear bad man tune. From long time I me there and dance, I me hear bad man tune. You know, we used to rock to it, but we not stupid to take a bad man tune and go and act it out. That is illiterate, dumb thing. We never do that. At least I never do that. And certain people I know around me never do them thing. So, but I came up with the idea the other day and I feel it make more sense to the people who want to do them type of music. Not saying that I'm agreeing to them to do all kind of whatever they want to do. I'm just saying, categorize these people. Categorize these people. Why? Because therefore we will know the bracket of people, meaning that we will know what lane you in. Because we can't be in a lane with everybody in. And we have to figure out who is who. Nah, better we know who is who. That's why I have a new word for them. Who are come out with the reggae thing now and talk about, oh, them are Rasta. You are Asta. You're not no Rasta, you're the Asta. Because vanity caught up with you too. Only fall short for the vanity. You dig? And where there is vanity, there will always be killing. Look at the rappers. When they put on all the big chain, the first thing they come and do when they come in a video, they hold up the chain and they fix the chain and they think the chain and they do the chain and that's glittering the people them eyes and they're making them feel like, you know, I want to be like him and I want to be, but bunch of fucking tattoo all over his face, you know what I mean? And don't know where he going. And if you notice, each artist in the rap world these days, they come up with this young, everybody young, then they are baby, you know? And you for to follow these people, you think, who don't know how to deal with their own people. They talk to you in this most vulgarous way, you know? And yes, I just use two words that maybe not pleasing to certain ears, but we have to use these words in the right perspective. Bracket it off. The youth shouldn't be dying like that. Don't forget, I have the other part, food. I just staying on vanity for a minute. The youth shouldn't be dying like that. Since only here, I'm gonna let you know this. I doesn't like to put up pictures because I never put up young dove picture. I'm gonna get a lot of views coming there because they're gonna hear what you have to say about Young Dolph. But in this message, I could talk about Young Dolph. That's why I do my thing syndicate too, you know? Because you see me, I'm not for the glory and the clout and all them foolishness, what it is called. I'm just trying to give you all the real, right? Now, if you is a rapper that make it out of the ghetto and you used to do folly and you decide, boy, you reach to a point where you could do some things to some people and yet you start doing them things to some people and you say, boy, you know, I looking good in the eyes of them people, but I still have to keep my little rap thing with them because that's what make me make the money. I gotta keep the little war thing, I gotta keep the talking the shit and all them foolishness. You can't come past me with that. No. Hear what? I have a limit on foolishness. I have a limit on foolishness. I think if you're an artist and you make $1 million, or you can live and you still have $1 million and you're helping out in English, so you don't need to be rapping about no more foolishness. You don't need to keeping up no more fuckery. You don't need to send in no more youths to the graveyard with your foolish songs. You don't need to do none of that. If you're going to change your life, you don't have to be a Christian, you don't have to be a Muslim, you don't have to be this, a Jew, none of that. If you're going to decide that you want to hand out this and give out that, you can do that and stay away and just cut it. Some artists do that. But some of you all, when things happen, people want to talk about, oh, yeah, it was this and it was that. The real world will tell you, and this is from my point of view. This is just my opinion about things. I watch in life how some people die, and I watch how some people die. And I'm not saying my father is a saint. I'm not saying my mother is a saint. My mother passed away peacefully, and my father, and I was there too. And I was also there when my mom, dad passed away. I was changing him. You know, he had all his senses still, and he passed away peacefully. But remember, also, I know my father did wrongs. Plus, I don't know some of the wrongs that he did. But then, in his later life, he decided to change his life, and he wouldn't accept foolishness. You know, so I'm looking at it as like this: if you have a whole million or 2 million or 3 million or 4 million, then why you want to go and diss and irritate another rapper who will also look at you not as just dissing him, but flaunting him and flaunting or fronting on him with your riches? You know, that gonna hurt. And I didn't mention Young Dolph for a minute, so let me say this. Excuse me. That youth they call Young Dolph. That youth they call Young Dolph, right? And I blame the record company. That's why I say some of these record company have these artists doing these things to make war, to create violence, and then they're taking over the city in gentrification. Some of them don't even realize that. You made a song about you fucking another man, bitch. That's what you say. I don't want to use the word bitch because I don't like to call my females and them type of word. But you mess with another woman and you make a song about that and come and get a gold plate from the record company, the record world, whatever they call it, to show that you made that amount of money off of that song, and then you come and throw it in the man's face with a text. Then you're living with riches, but they're saying you're doing good at the side. You're creating a problem for you. Then you come and you do a last video, and that video talking about you're checking your skill or something, but all you're doing is showing the Illuminati sign and set up. If you sell your soul, no, if you sacrifice your soul to the devil, would you go to hell? And right after that, you come and dead. How much artists go through that? If they ain't going to jail, they're going to the grave. Your youths, right? Like I see a youth crying and it hurt me. I don't even know the youth. I see a youth crying with his mother holding him and saying, why you gotta take my man? That was my man. That youth is only about 8, 9 years old. And he talking about a rapper like that. That was his man. So the youth is influenced. And how could we not see that the music that youths and them singing today is not no music to edify no youths. It's not no music. Some saying, yeah, this man put me on my grind and all he could teach is to hustle. Where is your moral standards? Where is the integrity? And that's where we lose. So we lose now because our youth is not even focusing on what we have to give them. Some of them ain't giving the youth nothing. And I have to say, I thought we have to blame all of us, including me, because I don't get escape from the fire. So when you put out all this shit out there and your death come close to you, people ain't looking at it that way. They're saying is, oh, that's just music. Then is not that part of his life? That's part of our life. So the vanity again, you see how it line up with the killing. Because remember, you're doing all of that for the riches. You're not realizing that you're digging a pit. There's some time in life you got to realize that you are digging a pit, especially when you're in that type of world. And sad to say, when that man passed away or disappear, because some disappear, some passed away, enough people get killed. A lot of people get killed. 10 murders take place in that same week. We ain't talking about the injuries, we're just talking about the murders right after young love died or passed away or disappeared. So that's showing you how, again, the music is tied to the murder. Now, since I'm in the 31, 32 minutes here, I don't want to cut it too long, but I'm going to let you go to an hour since, this is a part one. You see the food that we eat, if you're not eating certain type of food, your meditation wouldn't be focusing, right? Your meditation will not be focusing because you'll be off balance. Now we have food today that is hibernate food. We have food today that is not even food. And we have food today that the design in a way to carry you to a certain level. Meaning that it mess with your natural way of life, your natural, body structure then. I'm not I don't know about autonomy and all them things, so I don't know too much how to put that word in the right perspective, but I know at least the food is messing you up, you know. Now, some people gonna say, well, hey, I've been eating this for so many years, it didn't do nothing to me, whatever, so forth. Not, I know, because that's what you think. Remember, you are what you eat, and what you eat is what you are. Even though if it's not so, then try eating something 100% of your life, meaning that you eat that every day, every second, any minute, any time, and see what happens. Not to say you wouldn't become the full extent of it, but you will be majority of what you eat. That's who you be. Maybe I didn't explain it carefully, but what I'm saying is this. People who eat most vegetable, they call them vegetarian. For a reason, because they eat more vegetables, more veggies, right? And they say a person who eat other person is a cannibal. But in the all sense, right? You're eating dead and you're eating the blood of another life, whether it's a human being or it's an animal. Today, and I hope I start off good, but I'm not in that too smooth, but you're gonna catch it. Today, I thought of something, right? And I say, how come when these people have their dogs, if anything happened to their dog, they get hysterical? They move in this kind of way, like, which no disrespect to the dog family because say I don't want to come at me because Teddy outside too and everything. And they love their dogs so much that they do anything and they go to court too. They wouldn't let nobody cook the dog, but you don't mind cooking another animal, another life. So if you not what you eat is what you are, then you explain it to me because remember, I made a study one time where back in the African continent, when the man killed the lion, he wears the lion's skin and he's more like the tribal warrior, the top tribal warrior. And I said, try to understand why he feel like he's the, but is the that's the manifestation, the spiritual, the lion is the top in the jungle or the top beast, and he's wearing the lion skin, the blood, everything is just like it marinating in him, and it give him that power. Can you believe it? Maybe you don't want to believe it, but they believe it, and it manifests because we also say word sound is power. So now, if you're eating certain food, now again, I said for the person who just come on, some people love the dogs so much they will go to court, they will do anything for the dogs, but they wouldn't eat the dog, but they would eat another animal, and that is funny, you know. But they didn't know that the animal they're eating or they so want to eat so much, the system know what they like, and the system design everything in that for them, meaning that it's a mind control thing. Because I live in a place where I see people come out of jail and they go back to jail, come out of jail, go back to jail. I live in a place where I see rappers, celebrities have money and go in jail and come out of jail, go in jail, come out of jail. I see people who have the do murderous thing, do illiterate and stupid and hideous crime. But you ask yourself, how come? We know some of them malfunction. Don't get it twisted. We know some of them have different, you know, mind frame and set. But the food gone to a different stage. And to the person who just come on, I was speaking about how vanity, link with, killing and how people in love with so much vanity that they do anything for it. But this side here is about the food, how the food link with so much, this, mountain mind, the range, people who don't know what they're doing and they're always doing stupid shit. Because again, if we can control the massive mind, we don't have to, like do things that we used to do back then to them. We just have to just let them eat certain things. Remember, majority of the food is tested by the rat. Anybody can go check it up and see. The rat, that's why I say FDA tested and have to be tested. If the rat say yes, then it go. I mean, if the rat run left, you running left. The rat run right, you running right. Then it have certain food that they say is not tested by animals. So you eating food that is tested by a rat. The rat control most of these young boys' mind, right? I had a chance to look at some videos a couple nights and I realized these people call themselves killers. They're killers though, right? No matter how they're soft killer, good killer, bad killer, but they're killers. They kill 4, 5, 6 people. But then how come when the police fishing, not to say I'm saying kill police, but they're killing your own people for no reason at all. But then when the police come, you just think, and then when they go in there, and then they give up, and then they say all kind of things. What is wrong with your mind? Something got to be wrong with your mind. So that's why I say in the early up with young Dolph, he got all kind of money. Not disrespecting him. I wouldn't disrespect the dead, but I'm just saying, why is the youths following these people? We got to put a check to that. They eating certain type of food that is controlling their mind. The food is saturated with um, they got dry milk, skim milk, whey, which is all three of them in the same milk. You know what I mean? Then they have milk, right? Then they have what is this? Caseine. That's part of milk too, right? Now remember, they are all different form, just like how they break down the cow, right? They get the beef, they get the loins, they get the milk, they get the whatever. All these things come up from the same cow. Was a cow actually a real animal on this face of the earth? No. So where did the cow come from? How much people know that a cow is not real? The same cow where you get the cheese from, the same cow where you get the milk from, the same cow where you get the beef from. Cow was created between ox and bull. Ox and bull bring cow. Cow is almost similar like a mule, just like how they invent carrot and how they invent all these other different food. Now, I grew up knowing cauliflower as white inside with a little green leaf on the outside. Now, I see in cauliflower all the way green, so green, it's like almost military green, and then it have green outside. Then I see cauliflower orange inside, with a little orange outside with a little green. Then I see cauliflower purple. So how all these, I don't want to cuss, but how all these cauliflower come about? Okay, another thing. Now we still staying on food. How the food, if you eating the right food, you will have a right balance of mind frame, right? And it's hard that some people don't even try to cook. They rather eat outside. Like in California, there's a lot of places right now have orange, lemon, I think avocado coming up. But they have all these fruits on the trees and they don't pick them. But they will go to the grocery store and buy a lemonade or orange juice or grapefruit juice. You wonder why they wouldn't pick that. They wouldn't plant food in front of the house. They plant flowers. Sad to say that why is they doing the backward things? The food again, remember, you buy a chicken that was killed. You don't know how long that chicken was killed. It don't have the date on it. Most of the time, it don't tell you. If in the Caribbean and in certain places in America, you can go get chicken that freshly killed, right? You can point out the chicken. But most of the time, people buy chicken from the grocery store. We're not talking from American point of view, okay? So some people don't get it twisted. I'm in America, so I'm talking from America point of view. And they take the chicken and put it in the fridge. Remember, the chicken came from wherever it come from. Then it land in the grocery store. Then it stay there for a while. Then you come and you buy it. And the only time in America that people cook chicken where they buy from the grocery store is if it have a holiday, if somebody come up and they're really hungry and they want else, that chicken staying in that fridge and get frostbite. You hear me? It's staying there. So that chicken dead like probably 6 months ago. You don't know the date. Remember that chicken get colored too to keep fresh. Just like the beef and them, whether they stick back together. Like you go to the grocery store, you see a piece of beef and you don't buy it because it have a little mole on it. They find out that later, they cut off that piece of mole, right? If it need back a pound, then they put it back. If it need to put some to make a pound, the add piece they stick it back with the glue and they put it right back there, put a fresh date on it. You come and buy that. Remember, we ain't eating from where we're going. People controlling our food. So if they're controlling our food, remember they're controlling your children. You know what I mean? They're controlling your mindset. So you now following them. You don't have our own mindset. We wonder why the killing is taking place. The youth and them is doing crazy thing, more crazy. I have some videos. If I could only put them up. Remember, and these two youths I watching the other day. Now these two youths charged for murder, three murder, and two shooting injuries, and a bank robbery where they ain't get no money. And when they ain't get no money, they still went and robbed a phone store. And before they robbed the phones, after they robbed the phone store, they realized like me, I don't know. But I believe the youth crash the car and they probably get mad. They kill the two friends because they was the weakest. They feel like they're going to sell them out because them didn't do the killing. So one was the driver and the next one. So he said, well, if all they didn't, or they might say, we do the killing. Kill them. Them same two is I was just watching that youth with a big gun in his hand, walking around people neighborhood talking about, you know what, they don't want to get smoked. And that place happened in Chicago, which is a deadly place up to this moment right now. So many rappers, so many people dead and they're just killing every day. Los Angeles have a thing, New York have a thing, you know what I mean? Louisiana, everybody, Memphis. And these children in the Caribbean also looking up to some of these rappers, some of these celebrities. Because remember, if you in the Caribbean and you get a chance to have to come to America or to be anywhere close to any one of these celebrities or whatever, most likely you will take the opportunity, right? Now, I said all of that to say this. These are already, and sad to say, but it's the truth, already poison-minded. Look at these artists. Look at these artists. Their face have all kind of tattoo. They have all kind of thing going on in their hair. They have all kind, and the music is making no sense. And then you youths following them. Now, when they get caught up and get shut up, we come out and say, oh, this, and we come out and say that. But if you follow the background, if you follow what was going on before that, just like the same two youth I was just talking about, right? They want to kill so bad. Now they end up in prison, right? Well, in jail. They go to prison though for 3 murders. And then you think they didn't have followers on that same Instagram? That's another thing. I'm glad I reached the Instagram. I don't know how I reached it, but I'm talking about food. The youths and them gravitate to the social media so bad that if you take away their phone, they will kill you. They might not actually kill you right away, but if you keep it to the extent, they will get that mad because that's their life, right? Nobody knows about gardening, planting their own food, you know what I mean? Being on a farm or trying not to, you have to be on a farm, but just being a regular, youth. And I ain't saying some people is not like that. Don't get me wrong. I just saying the majority. So we have people who follow more and they're eating this bad food. A man will spend $150 on a Jordan, and when they go to the restaurant and the food come out to $25, $30, he look at you crazy like, are you serious? You mean $25 for this? But he ain't mind paying $150 for a Jordan. But for a good plate of food will cost $25. He wouldn't pay that, but he would pay $150 for a Jordan. He would buy a Gucci, he would buy a Louis Vuitton. And again, I said, most of these youths and them we're talking about, they're straight and they're buying Versace. So you're still supporting the same people they say you don't like. Look the other day when they had George Floyd, when they protest, waiting the youths and them went and do. They run in stores and Tiffany Prada and Gucci and all them different stuff because next 2 days they come in and pose with the girl and act like if they buy the thing from the store because they know she like Gucci. You know what I mean? Their mind lost. You talking about this man kill this man. You against these oppressors, but yet you stealing the oppressors' thing to dress in the oppressors' things. And they might say you talking about you have on a Nike pants or you have on a no, the levels of things we're dealing with. So your mind now is not yours. How is that? It starts from what you put in your system. If you put in water, which some people don't know, water can really run car, but you have to fix it up to a certain point. But for now, if you put water in your car, in your gas tank, it's not going to run, right? So if you know that you pick up a package and you don't read it, remember, I learned this from since I was in a class where we do, I used to do auto electric. And the man, cross the board and teach me this personally. Read everything he eat. If you look at the package and it say artificial this or it has this and it has some words that you cannot pronounce, right? And then when you figure out the word or you find the meaning and the meaning telling you this is not a natural base source, why would you put that in your system? You put it in your system, it's only decreasing your knowledge, your intelligence, you know what I mean? Your cells, everything, making you act funny, just like how when they put a prescription on TV, Tavavel, And then they come down with a long thing, but they can't even explain that here because they ain't putting that in no big writing. So how the my grandmother go understand what you saying? How she go understand what you saying when she trying to figure out if this good for her pain, and then you fucking riddle out the old fucking thing at the bottom. She don't understand that. But it's something now, dysfunctional something to make something happen. You want to sleep, so they give you something to make you sleep. Cut off something to make you sleep. Then tell you it could affect you from things. It can make your nose bleed. It can stop you from hearing. It can do all these things to you. But then they're giving it to you. And then we take that. Okay. Or they don't understand the food yet. Let me get this if all they don't listen. My 4 people who listen here, I want to hear this carefully. If United States of America say they have the most intelligent people, the this, the that, they have everything that going nice and they know so much on it. How could you vote in a man who you say is very dumb and dunce? That's what you say. I'm not saying, I'm just saying that. With all that intelligence, you have all that brain cells. But yet, your president is dunce. Can you add that up for me? Please, just put sense to that. Make me understand how intelligent people choose a dumb president. And then had the nerve to call him dumb and can't even get him out. Now they say you can't see that on YouTube, you can't say Trump, but me, I just say I don't know understand. I don't understand either. Why I can't say what I want to say. There's a lot of things to say you cannot say. But trust me, when I talk, I'm not holding back because I'm free to speak. I'm freeborn. I didn't born like how some of them call themselves freedom. Dumb mean dumb. I free born free. I don't fight for freedom. So again, how come so much intelligence choose a man who they claim is dumb? On top of that, the man claimed that he grabbed them by. Plus he was in young girl's dressing room. Plus he said a lot of weird stuff, and he still stayed there for 4 years. For 4 years, if they wasn't stupid, I just saying, allegedly, however they want to put it. Then for that 4 years, it was stupid. All of us, including me. Again, so the food now make the people feel like, oh, well, I can't do nothing. What you want me to do? What it been going on? Like some people now, they accept slow poisoning. You tell them this is not good for you. They say, well, it never killed me yet. So, okay, you're okay with slow poisoning. That's why it has some people have to be willing to unlearn what they learn. And some people ain't reached to that point yet. You know what I mean? They ain't reached to that point, to unlearn what they learn. Remember, if you not, right, putting yourself in position to be a better person, you wouldn't. No matter how much people tell you. They could push you, they could do whatever, you wouldn't. So we eating all kind of mess. Fast food is on the rise. You're eating things that you don't even know how to make sausage. You don't even know how to make them burgers, and you putting that down in your system because you come to a point now you're so lazy you don't even want to cook. You don't even want to cook. You don't even want to plant something. That's why they get defeated in having land, because they know some people will really plant, some people will. So they defeat us in having land. We don't have no land, you know. But rappers talking about they have a whole housing scheme on the neck, right? I want to thank my people and them who come and show that love to listen to me, because I see in the next 6 minutes I will cut it. But this is something I really want to show the people and them, man. So this is my first video on vanity and food, and it's gonna be part one. Part two gonna come up, and we're gonna stick on it because yeah, we're gonna know this is gonna change a lot of people's life. Here why? You see, people hear this because I see it a lot of time, and they probably hear it from other people, but they don't actually know how it works. You know, So hearing sometime and not really listening is too different. So me letting them know that if we all can stop bad food from coming into our system, you know what I mean, and put price on our life. If all they want to put price on things, put price on your life. Don't be cheap when you're buying your food. You know what I mean? Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Enough people always talking about, oh, you know what I mean? I would like to do, I would do this, I would do that, I'm going to buy this, but when it comes to their food, they're cheap. Very cheap. You know what I mean? They're only expensive when people are wrong to show. You know what I mean? Like they go a nice little piece and they could afford a nice little, you know what I mean, dinner. Then that's about it once in a lifetime. But other than that, it's McDonald's, Burger King, you know what I mean? The fast food joint, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get some food quick and not taking time off to put something good in your system. And I burn them myself first. Because we all do it. You know what I mean? It's not nothing, you know what I mean, that, oh, I'm trying to single out myself from people going through certain things. We all go through it. But it's that time we have to stop that. We have to keep focus on what is in our view, which is good health. Without health, you can never get wealth. You know what I mean? And even if you have wealth and you have bad health, you will lose the wealth. Wealth will keep going on, you're going to move and be out of range. That's how it is. Somebody else will come and enjoy it. So why not take care of your body first? Why not do that? Why not be your best, you know what I mean, health advisor? You know? Look at how much youth and them doing the backward thing. Look at how much of them, this youth, what do you call them, YGFN or whatever they call it, youth, I don't know, he said, no, I don't even want to follow up with them because I just want to give them too much credit because they're doing fuckery. So I just want to have the name in my mouth too much. But get indicted for some conspiracy. Bro, you have money. I just watched a video they were that babe. Again, they're naming themselves some fucked up name. All these young, this, young, that, young, this, like that. And we listening to the young little motherfuckers. The baby. You think I have time to listen to a fucking baby that ain't making no sense? I would listen to a baby. But not a big fucking baby. That ain't making no sense. I'm sorry, I didn't want to get that hyper. But shit like that has made me feel like, you know what I mean? Like, where is our mindset? This man have millions of dollars. You know what you telling the police? Man, I can pay for that shit, man. But you know who I am, man? I'm on Forbes, man. I'm on Forbes. Forbes. Fuck Forbes. Stop by say that. Because I don't care about none of these celebrities, none of the people and them who keep themselves in a position to make other people feel that they don't reach this height, use nobody. Forbes is a magazine, entity, a corporation or some, but they deal with money. This is what they do. I think you all know. They tell you who is the top millionaire, who the second millionaire, you know what I mean, around the world and in the country and whatnot, you know what I mean? And if you make Forbes, some people make Forbes not for money. Some people make Forbes for other different things. But you could be on Forbes magazine and not to be money. But because I think what's your name? Spice was on Forbes. You know what I mean? But anyway, the point what I'm trying to enjoy is that so that give you the right to just keep fucking up. You have all that money. So you just feel like I'ma just you don't know what you following the same syndromes. When we young and we growing up and we see other people getting away with foolishness and we know because they have money, and we saying, yeah, he get away because he have money. You doing the same thing. The other day when they pull your strings, when they use the homophobic word and you talk about gays and all them things, what they do? They tighten your money. You know what you do? You try loosen yourself. All these puppets, none of you can get my respect. We don't give up. None. None of all you. Anyway, I gotta go. Thank you for listening. I got a part 2 coming up. The food is messing with the young boys and their minds. Some of them even turning homos. Trust me, because they have an agenda for that. Remember that. So all I have to know that. Stop give the children and them the type of food That is messing with your mind. It's just stop by. One love. All these things up. You see how we go?